The Virtual Worlds Education Consortium began back in 2021 with the purpose of better spotlighting and showcasing all the great 3D immersive world projects that many of you have created to show the potential for learning, but also to help us all get together and collaborate on overcoming all the obstacles that we face, because there are many obstacles out there. Too much competition with other applications online, many VR spaces that are coming, to education, and there's just a lot of competition and obstacles that we all face. So all of you are invited to network with the Virtual Worlds Consortium, the VWEC, Virtual Worlds Education Consortium. Whether you're a formal educator or a lifelong learner or just someone interested in the future of learning, everyone can be a member. And what's exciting is Linden Labs is working with the consortium and has offered a huge new region for anyone who has a learning community that would like to be closer together, so that when new people come in, they see activity, they see green dots on the map, they see events, and they can find all those great learning communities. There's nothing worse than coming into Second Life and going to a ghost town that looks like there's activities that happen, but no one is there. So what we want is to show where are the people and make that spotlight on the work that you all are doing. So that's the excitement. If you'll open the purpose note card that Ellie is dropping you, why this move? Why do we want to move together? Well, nobody has to. Of course, in a virtual world like Second Life, you're only a teleport away. But if you are closer to the educational communities, as I said, new people can look on the map, see those green dots, and see things are happening here. There are events all the time. High quality learning is taking place. So the purpose is twofold. First, it's to connect all of us better so we see what we've all done and we're not reinventing the wheel. And then secondly, for the new people that are coming in. And some people think that's even more important. If we keep spinning our wheels saying virtual worlds are great, but new people aren't coming in, then what's the point? We need the next generation of teachers to embrace this and understand that there's high quality learning potential here, way more than on VR headsets. So it's for both you that have been here for a long time and for the future that we're creating this move. And it includes all of us. So I'm going to pull out the group joiner. If you're not already a member of the VWEC in Second Life, you can join. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Ellie so she can talk a little bit about how you can sign up to move if you are interested, and we'll take questions. And as I said, you don't have to move. We will still include you in our directory and point people to the great high quality work you're doing. But everyone is invited to be included in this project. Ellie?
Thank you, Val. We did ask several of our members of the MOVE team to come and sit with us, and I'd just like you to hear from them just a little introduction and former Chancellor of the Confederation of Democratic Simulators. We grabbed her because she has such a great reputation for groups that are using democratic principles and representing each other, and it's just been so great to have her as a part of us. She has great experience.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Meryl McBride, aka Meryl Johnson. I'm a professor of geography at Colorado State University. I have been involved in virtual worlds and academic life since 2007. I'm a former administrator at the University of New Orleans.
Meryl brings a really good background. She's been in Second Life for a while, and we really appreciate her participation, as well as she's teaching madly and trying to make our meetings. Thank you, Meryl. Marley, you kind of introduced yourself. Is there anything else you want to say?
I am absolutely thrilled with what has happened. with the whole educational evolution that's taking place. I'm often a person who has ideas about what's needed in an environment, and then other people run with it. That happened with the music library as well. So for me to be part of this burgeoning of communication between educational entities is very exciting. And I personally also am a strong representative of lifelong learning educators, adult educators who are not a part of academic institutions, but are here to share various kinds of expertise and help people make all kinds of discoveries about themselves and so on. So there are a lot of programs like that in Second Life, and we hold the balance between who are instructors and academics and people who are other kinds of educators offering all kinds of stuff. And of course, the difference is that the adult educators depend on finding their learners within the world, whereas often the academics bring people, students in from outside. Anyway, it's a very exciting thing that we're going to have this place for people to discover us and to see what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you, Marley, and it's great to have you on our team. We so appreciate all the work that you do as well. Spiff Whitfield was planning on being here, but he is in K-12, and sometimes his time in the mornings is a little difficult. He was trying to catch his lunch hour, and so if he shows up, we'll get him to come up. I don't see him this morning quite yet. And then John O'Connor was also trying to be here, but then it's St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, and so they had a family event that he was attending in. So, and we have lots of other, we have about 12 other people on our MOVE team that we would be happy to share with you on who they are. So we want to make the point, hopefully you've got the 3 note cards. One is about the VWEC, then one is the purpose of the MOVE, and then finally I gave you the Education Reserve information. And I'll be referring to that in just a little bit on these. We, as others have said, please know this is about everyone that is doing teaching and learning in Second Life and wants to be a part of a community. We are not trying to replace what our wonderful groups do. We have tons of wonderful education groups, including MPC, and we do not want you to stop the great work you're doing, and we want to support that. Nonprofits, lifelong learners, and academia, though if you hear me talk about it, I tend to talk about teaching because that's my background, but please know we are open for the entire educational community. We would like for you, as you've seen, Val put out our group joiner, and we'd love to have you as a member of VWEC, but this really is about the MOVE, and so we want to just give you a chance to ask questions. Hopefully this is making a little more sense. The idea is to bring folks together somewhat physically, virtually, in the same area for a couple of reasons, mostly community, but also safety for students, and for having a place that people can come and see what education is in Second Life, and making sure that we are supporting everyone. And so we would love for you, if your group is interested, we would love for you to join us on the Educational Reserve, which we are calling VWEC Eduverse. And there are a couple things I just want to point out. So on the About VWEC, there is some groups located at the bottom. So these are our ways of communicating. So we do send out information throughout the group IM here in Second Life. We also use the Metaverse Libraries Google group, and we have a then the Discord channel that Second Life uses. There is an education server on that, and we use that for communication as well. So if you want to be hearing our information as it goes out or reminders, please be sure and join one of those. On the reserve information note card, there is a link to a Google Doc, which please let us know if you can't get it. It is supposed to be open for everybody. And it includes a link to the move request form. So under membership criteria and the map, I'm just going to give you that so you can ask questions as you need to. But that is on your note card. We have a Google Doc all set up to give you the criteria. So, you know, if you, well, does my group belong? Hopefully the criteria will help you. So we are trying to make things safe for students, and that is kind of the point. And then there is a link to the move request form that will go into Midori Linden. She will move your region for free. There will be no cost, and you do not have to rebuild it. So that is a real big plus as well. And your landmarks will stay the same. The second tab on that is an FAQ of some questions that have just come up. And so we're trying to answer those. So at the bottom, you can see this is a spreadsheet, and there is an FAQ with answers. And we will continue to add to that. And then there is a region map that's kind of huge. You might have to make it smaller for you to be able to see, but it is just showing you who's there now. And as we add people, that will be added to, but that also helps you know if there's a certain place that you would prefer to be. Certainly you can request that as well. So that's it for me, I believe. And anyone have anything else, or how about some questions? There is a little bit of a balance we're trying to do, because in order to keep areas safe, we don't really want all the trolls out there to know where to come. And so actually we were just talking with Midori about that, and how do we get the word out well, but also not invite folks. Like the destination guide, often we've seen that with VWBPE, and when it comes on your viewer as you log in, we get a lot of people that really didn't mean to come. They just didn't understand what it was, or other people that, you know, want to cause problems. So we are trying to walk that line, but thank you very much for those education pieces that we do need to be in front of and getting the word out. There is a timeline, sort of, but it's actually very open-ended. So we have started the application process, and I hate to even call it application, but just fill out your form. Midori needs to know the information. A few of us do too, because we're recruiting and we don't want to be bugging you. So it is open right now, but it will be staying open. So because we know that groups take time to make decisions, and as far as I know, there isn't really an end date. We can be moving folks in whenever you guys are ready. So please feel free to think about it, talk about it with your groups, and make sure that it's what's good for you. And then the last thing I would like to say is, you're still a part of us, even if you decide not to move. You do not have to move to be part of the education consortium community here that are working together. We want you to be a part of us, whether you move or not. The move is just a big plus for us, but it is not a requirement. And so we will, if you'll be in touch with us, we will highlight your community. We will put a TP and some information on our Welcome Plaza to bring folks, to let people know that you exist. So again, thank you very much for your time. Thanks team for coming, and we appreciate your questions. They are so helpful.